Hello everyone and welcome back to Blobiverse. Today's showcase is Devlog number 11, the quest update. So let's preview these new features. First, Spysee has designed 7 high-definition rocks which replace the other rocks. I've also added some crispy new audio. There are 30 unique, brand new sounds which make a huge difference. And we've got 2 new ways to customize your blobs. You can change the name of the blob to your favorite pop culture reference, and you can also edit the face to your favorite meme. This also includes 2 new faces from Spysee this week. And finally, we're going to cover the awesome new quest system with the first ever interactive Blobiverse tutorial. Alright, let's get right into it. When it comes to the artwork, Spysee has mentioned that she believes in a consistent art style and a carefully chosen color palette. I think this gives Blobiverse a very unique look, and the color choices help make it pop. Objects in Blobiverse have a bold outline on the outside, but on the inside, they feature softer colors in order to be more appealing to the eye. Take a close look at the borders of the new rocks. They are rounder and smoother, and this makes them totally scrumptious. And check it out, we've got the cool glasses blob and the gentle blob. Each face has a goofy but distinct feeling to them. It brings a lot of personality into the game, and especially each character. Players like to be able to form their own stories in their head, and as a developer, your job is to bring these stories to life with a design that matches the intentions of the player. Sometimes, players just want to make their friends laugh and talk about the adventures of Billy the Gentle Blob, a renowned hero known for fending off pesky raccoons. Alright, and next up is audio. Audio is an important part of any game. It makes your actions feel more impactful and underlines a strong sense of immersion. There are about 30 new sounds in this update, and I'd like you to listen closely to a few of them and see if you can feel the difference that it makes. I should also mention that I've added new fonts as well. Fonts are a funny thing because it seems insignificant, silly even, but it turns out they can make a big difference to immersion and how consistent the game feels across all areas. It looks a lot more bubbly now, and I hope you can agree this is an important difference. I also thought that some people are really going to want to write longer world titles. I want to keep the text readable but without looking gimmicky. So for this, I've made the font scale down and seamlessly slide to the left to avoid clipping the delete button. And speaking of worlds, I did also optimize world loading, and I've also reduced the file sizes by 30%. This is very important to me because people usually don't have a very long patience for loading times, especially for mobile games. The difference between waiting 3 seconds and 6 seconds can sometimes make or break people's first impressions of your game. Now that we're in a world, I want to talk about making a snappy and satisfying user interface. There is always a certain combination of sounds and animations that produces the most gratifying experience. Often the best you can do is to try many different variations with trial and error. Editing the name of a blob is more challenging than you think. Not editing itself, but making the editing. The blob needs to be positioned above the keyboard, and the name must always be visible. There are many different ways to do this, but the most seamless way to do it, I think, is to keep the blob on the screen at all times, and to zoom the camera in. I want them to feel connected to the blob, and for the name label to always show up over top of everything else. Editing faces is another story. Eventually, Blobiverse is going to have dozens, if not hundreds, of unique faces. For that, I will probably need categories and shortcuts, but for now, a simple horizontal view does the trick. Again, I want to emphasize how important it is to make it feel snappy and impactful. Notice how the button animation is accompanied by a certain sound, and how the menu animates showing up and hiding. And I've also added a few more quality of life changes. It makes it a lot easier to navigate Blobiverse if you can quickly zoom in and out of any situation, so I've added some gestures. If you double tap with 2 fingers you can zoom out, and zoom out again. And if you double tap with a single finger, you can zoom right back in. I made it so you can only follow a blob if you are zoomed in because I want to avoid people unintentionally tapping a tiny blob that they didn't even see. Finally, let's discuss quests. Quests were a lot more painful to make because they combine together everything that I have learned about designing a good user experience. That's right, everyone else was eating their cheese, but I studied the user interface. So anyways, I would like to demonstrate the new Blobiverse tutorial. The tutorial is the first test of the quest system, and my main goal was to make it as instructive and easy to follow as possible. This comes down to carefully choosing the right words and also even using pictures to highlight the meaning behind the text. Tutorials are a critical part of a game. A player who doesn't understand how to play is not going to enjoy it very much. And it's hard to get players to pay attention to a tutorial, so again, we have to make it impactful and immersive. Those alerts are really hard to miss, and completing a quest is followed by some very satisfying audio. Hopefully this helps incentivize players to actually complete the objectives. Like I said before, sometimes you just have to keep trying new things until you settle on something that you really like. So I'll be quiet now for a bit and let you soak in the quest system. My question for you is, what do you think makes it work? Share your thoughts in the comments. Okay, that's enough thinking. I want to share what I personally focused on when I designed the quest system. First of all, I really want the tutorial to grab your attention. So for that, I animate the attention alert and play some audio. This combination is pretty powerful, especially since it is followed up by the entire quest bubble slamming and bouncing its way into the screen. Once I have your attention though, I've done most of the work. Now it just needs to look and feel good. Spysee suggested sticking to a specially chosen color palette, and I also chose to add shadows underneath the text, which makes it stand out even more from the rest of the world and gives it that 3D look. So each quest is managed by the quest board, which chooses when to display a quest and how to organize them. Notice how it spaces out the presentation of each quest. It really gives the player some time to catch their breath in between. Blobiverse also has a tracker in the background which records the actions the player takes at any moment, and the right actions will count toward the active quest objective. It's something that is stressful to design, but I think it was worth it. So, what do you think could be an impactful Blobiverse quest? Leave a comment below. I always read and reply to any suggestions, so I might add some of your quest ideas in the next devlog. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching this devlog, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, please drop a like and also subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate that. And if there's any other kind of content you guys would like to see, please comment down below and I'll try and accommodate that. I've been thinking of some other cool ideas like an in-depth exploration into the development process or what it all looks like behind the scenes. And that's all I have for now, so catch you guys next time. And if there's any other kind of content you guys would... Content? Any kind of content? Jesus.